Are you an employer frustrated and confused by the new healthcare laws? Is your business growing to almost 50 employees or more? Are you a small employer looking to recruit new employees or keep your current employees satisfied? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then Charles Leach is here for you. Hi, I'm Lisa Leach Goth from Charles Leach in New Bethlehem. We offer group health plans for any type of business, regardless of the amount of employees. Looking for medical, dental, vision, disability, life? You won't find cookie-cutter plans here. We can help you create unique, affordable plans that work well for both you and your employees. Don't keep putting off your company's health care. The time to start planning is now. Call 888-CP-LEACH or stop by our office on Broad Street in New Bethlehem to set up your group health plans today. That's 888-CP-LEACH. Visit us online at leachagency.com or like us on Facebook. Charles Leach, protecting you like family.
Hi, this is Chris Rossetti, and I wanted to take a moment to tell you about our new website, D9and10sports.com. It's just like the old one, but with the word and the number 10 added to the end. D9and10sports.com is your new home for District 9 and District 10 high school sports, and we are doing all the things you have come to love from us, plus much, much more. Our goal is the same, to cover every sport at every school in both D9 and D10 in a variety of ways, including writing, video, and audio. If you're a high school sports fan, you need to check out D9and10sports.com today.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
Swift Kennedy & Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy & Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy & Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
With locations in Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, Ed Gurg Allstate Insurance is committed to offering customers a wide variety of coverage and services. You can depend on them to help you look at the big picture. They understand the importance of being a part of the community and building local relationships, and look forward to getting to know you and help you find the solutions that meet your needs. Contact them today in Ridgeway at 814-772-7272 or 814-781-1020 in St. Mary's and 814-723-5540 in Warren.
D9 and 10 Sports and the Eisenhower Football Boosters would like to thank the following for helping bring you tonight's game: Sugar Grove Ambets Post 50, IWF and Gene and Sue Wilston, Skip and Doris Trumbull, Dory and Bruce Highhouse and Brian Nisley, David Bauer, Duck and Jane Burlingame, the Venmans, Renee Samuelson, the Hamiltons, the Lindemuths, the Olsons, Ernie and Mary Carlson, PGE, Tom and Judy Holderreed, Broken Straw Valley Campground, Stacy and Jason Allen, Stephanie Castano, Christine Castano, Gail Jacobzak and Ohio Crew, Mike's Town Line Service. Tonight's broadcast was made possible through your generosity. Thank you from all of us at D9 and 10 Sports and the Eisenhower Football Boosters. For 6 years, Farrell has ruled District 10 Class 1A football, but tonight we're going to crown a new champion in District 10 Class 1A. When the Steelers moved up to Class 2A, Reynolds Raiders became the odds-on favorite to win the District 10 title. And as they rolled through the season, you could hear the sound of thundering hooves coming from the north as the Knights of Eisenhower also steamrolled their way to this battlefield here tonight on the Pasture of Pain. Reynolds, Eisenhower, District 10 Class 1A title. It's next.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Eisenhower High School, where tonight the Knights will host the Reynolds Raiders with the District 10 Class 1A Championship on the line. This is high school football on D9 and 10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters. This is the Rehab Center pregame show. Brian Hagberg alongside Cody Elms with you for D9 and 10sports.com. And Cody, it's been a long season, but we're here tonight. District 10 Championship is on the line.
It has been, Brian. You know, last week we had easily one of our best games that we've been able to cover this year, and a lot of emotions, and I expect something similar tonight. Both these teams are heavy, hard-hitting defenses, and they're both power-running teams, and we should see a classic-style football game tonight.
Yeah, you said it. Both teams really do like to run the football, and you got to think, Cody, the key tonight is going to be which team is going to be able to establish the run, as both are very good at stopping the run as well.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Eisenhower's defense has been pretty dominant all year, but one of the questions we've had is their competition. But you could also say the same thing for Reynolds. Both defenses, though, have done a really good job up front, and it helps when your defense is very good and your offense is able to run the ball. You control the clock, and controlling the clock today could be vital, as we saw last week with the double overtime.
And, you know, both these teams, Cody, no stranger to District 10 title games, but both of them looking to end a decade-plus drought without actually winning the District 10 title. Reynolds' last trip to the title game was in 2005. They were a 21-0 winner over Wilmington. They played in 5 straight championship games in the mid-'80s, from 85 to 1989, and they've won 4 total District 10 titles since 1985, in 86, 87, 89, and again in 2005. You know, for Eisenhower, they basically picked up where Reynolds left off. They went to 6 straight District 10 title games beginning in 1990. They won a pair of those in 1992 and 93. And Eisenhower coach Jim Penley was a senior on the 94 team that went to the district title game and just lost a heartbreaker to what was then known as Kennedy Christian at the time, 16-15. And he's told me several times throughout the season that one of his goals when he took over this team was to get back to this championship game and right what he felt was that wrong from 26 years ago.
Oh, it sticks with you. I mean, you're talking 26 years ago for Penley there. In both these teams, though, a lot of their history is embedded in the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s for Reynolds. You know, that was 15 years ago, 2005. So these teams, it's been a while, you know, a decade and a half for Reynolds since they've really been in this position. So it's nice to see them where they're at.
And these two teams have met a couple times. They played twice last season. Reynolds won both. The second meeting was actually a playoff game, and that was one that Reynolds kind of ran away with. It was 43-7 was the final. Cole Toy for Reynolds was 12 carries, 101 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bryce McCloskey, who's since graduated, was 5 of 6 for 129 yards through the air and a touchdown. And, you know, that game really changed quickly. Caleb Robenalt was a shirt sleeve away from breaking the opening kickoff for a touchdown. He gets stopped. Knights go 3 and out. Reynolds scores. Knights come back. Pick 6. Interception on their next possession. Suddenly it's 21-0 and ball game Reynolds.
big plays. We've preached about that all year, and we've talked about how going into last week, we talked about how big plays, who's going to step up, who's going to make that big play, have that big moment. Last week we saw several guys on both teams have those big plays, and Eisenhower just had the biggest of the night. And I have no doubt that tonight will be defined by the same thing. You're going to see some big plays, and they're really going to change the course of the game. And that's a funny transition there with Toy and McCloskey, because that was Bryce McCloskey, and this year we have Braden McCloskey. And on the year, Braden McCloskey is 17 of 39, 231 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions from the quarterback position. He also has 149 yards rushing and 2 TDs on the ground. Cole Toy, he is the dominant runner for Reynolds. He has 120 carries, 947 yards, and 19 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, and this is, like we said earlier, Cody, this is a Reynolds team that likes to run, and run some more. And they will do it with Cole Toy if they can. Draven Livingston has come on nicely for them, has 54 carries for 493 yards and 4 scores. When you have a sophomore quarterback, and you don't have to ask him to do a whole lot, as Reynolds does with McCloskey, they can kind of lean on Cole Toy and Livingston in the running game to get things going. That's a real benefit for a team breaking in a young quarterback.
Oh, absolutely. You see it. You see it in high school. You see it in college. You see it in the NFL. And on offense, if you can make your quarterback's life easier and put the game on the shoulders of everyone around him, you're going to win ball games. There's no doubt about that. You mentioned Livingston. You have Aiden Mall, who has 252 yards on the year and 5 touchdowns. Jalen Wagner has 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. Of Reynolds' rushing yards, Toy, Livingston, Mall, Wagner, they have 2,052 yards on the ground.
Whole lot of yards on the ground for the Raiders there, and not a whole lot through the air. They haven't had to, so we'll see. And that's something we mentioned going into last week. This Eisenhower defense has been very, very good against the run. They've been a little suspect at times against the pass, but this is a Reynolds team, as you said, Cody, has only attempted 39 passes on the year. Is this something where they can maybe come out, switch things up a little bit, catch the Knights off guard, and try to strike quickly?
Well, I don't know if they'll come out that way. It would certainly, looking at the on paper, it would certainly seem to be the strategy. But I really think that they're going to try to dominate at the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to establish the run, go with their bread and butter. And if that doesn't work, I'm sure they have some plays drawn up to take advantage over the top. And as we saw last week with West Middlesex, there were a few plays that they connected on deep passes down the sidelines especially that were called back because of holding penalties or whatnot. If that's the case tonight and there are no penalties, this could turn ugly for Eisenhower fast.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. This is the Rehab Center pregame show. We do want to say thank you to the computer guru of Leaper for tonight's game stream. When you need computer repairs or service, call the computer guru of Leaper at 814-744-7580. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921. Hi, this is Chris Rossetti from D9and10sports.com. If you're like me, you may have experienced some aches and pains like a sore back, a stiff neck, or a wonky knee. Well, I've got the place for you. The Rehab Center with 6 convenient locations, including in Brookville, Clarion, and Katanning, is the place to go. The friendly staff and knowledgeable doctors will get you back in the game quicker than quick. I know, I've been going to them since 2009. So the next time your back, neck, knee, shoulder, or anything else acts up, call them for an appointment at 724-478-1501.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
We are back here at Eisenhower High School on the Rehab Center pregame show, getting set for the District 10 Class 1A championship game between the Eisenhower Knights and the Reynolds Raiders. This is the drive to the game brought to you by Warren Tire Center. Warren Tire Center makes sure you get to the game in comfort. And Cody, we touched on some of the things that Reynolds is going to try to do tonight. Looking at the other side of the ball, the Eisenhower Knights have come in. They've been a very balanced team offensively. They've been incredibly good defensively. They had a very big challenge in front of them last week, rose to the occasion in double overtime, getting a goal line stand inches away on a 2-point conversion for West Middlesex to get here tonight. What do they have to do to carry that momentum in the D10 title?
Well, I think they need to continue to be dominant at the line of scrimmage. That's where they've had their most success. As we touched on earlier, their secondary has been a little bit suspect all year. They've benefited from some below average competition in some of that area. But this team, this defensive side of the ball for Eisenhower, they have 16 fumble recoveries. Last week they had 0. I think that's going to be huge if they can force a couple of turnovers, especially a fumble. I think that can really help them to again control this game.
Turnovers, Cody. We mentioned senior quarterback Owen Trumbull. 70 for 111 passing, 1,232 yards, 18 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions on the year. Both of those came in week 1 against Union City. He has not thrown an interception since then. Reynolds, on the other hand, comes in as a team, and they have 13 interceptions on the year, so that's got to be one of the factors that Eisenhower is looking at. You know, Trumbull got those 2 balls picked off early in the game last year. He's got to avoid that tonight. We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem. That was the Eisenhower Knights marching band with tonight's rendition of the national anthem. Cody, we're talking about Trumbull's got to avoid the interceptions, which really cost them in the playoff game last year. He's been very, very good so far this season.
Trumbull has been very good. They've done a good job of putting him in a good position, getting receivers open. Benson has done a very good job of pulling in the ball. I don't expect Trumbull to make any risky throws. He really hasn't all year. I think there's been a few times he's gotten away with some, but he's certainly going to make Reynolds work for these interceptions. It's going to be quite the matchup because Trumbull has had one heck of a year so far.
And when the Knights are not throwing the ball, Trumbull can turn around and hand it off to one of the more impressive backs in District 10. A good matchup between the two running backs tonight. Cole Toy for Reynolds and for Eisenhower, Cale Black. 96 carries on the year, 854 yards, and 17 touchdowns. He missed a lot of time last season, missed the playoff game against Reynolds. So I know this is definitely one that he's been itching to get back on the field for.
Oh, absolutely. And Cale Black last week, we saw him run up the middle, time and time again. And West Middlesex did pretty good. They were hitting hard, and they were attacking the line of scrimmage, and they were gang tackling. And he did not stop, and he came up big. He's on that defensive front. He came up big for Eisenhower on that last play of the game. One of the toughest players on this team is Cale Black, and I'm sure he's ready to go tonight.
And again, Cody, one of the keys for this Eisenhower defense has been their ability to get not only to the quarterback, but to ball carriers in the backfield. They've racked up 78 tackles for loss to go along with 19 and a half sacks this year. How do they keep that going against a pretty stout Reynolds offensive line?
Well, we were just talking about him. Cale Black. He has 17 and a half tackles for loss on the year and 5.5 sacks. And I just think that defensive line just needs to keep attacking and put pressure on the quarterback. We haven't covered a lot of Reynolds games, but you have to think with their power running game, with basically their running game is their offense, that they haven't had a lot of pressure on their quarterback much this year. So it'll be interesting to see how they react to that.
Yeah, as we're under a minute to go to kickoff, Cody, the Bucket Cafe wants to know, what are your keys for tonight's game? First for Reynolds.
My key for Reynolds is to stick to their game plan, run the ball. They've been extremely successful all year, and I think that if they're able to establish that run early, they really control the outcome of this game.
And for Eisenhower, what do they have to do to come away with the District 10 title?
I think number one is limit mistakes. We saw a lot of penalties last week, and I can't imagine Penley was too impressed with that. And most of the time when they've had any issues this year, it's been because of their own errors. It really hasn't been the opponent.
All right, so this has been the Rehab Center pregame show. Cody's keys to the game brought to you by the Bucket Cafe. Reynolds will receive the opening kickoff. Jake Venman on to kick for Eisenhower. And the District 10 Class 1A Championship is underway. Reynolds fields the ball just inside the 30. And a fumble! Ball is on the ground, but that was Jalen Wagner. And immediately, Cody, we see that Eisenhower on special teams this time ripping at the ball. They popped it out. Wagner fortunate to fall on it. So Reynolds will take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line as we get underway here in the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Braden McCloskey, number 12, comes out in the gun. Sends a man in motion. And again, and the give is to number 16, Cole Toy, looking for the edge, and he's not going to find it. Gannon Jaquay, the first one there. And first play of the game, Eisenhower stops Cole Toy for no gain.
You can add one to the tackles for loss total there. That's a heck of a way to start your game if you're Eisenhower.
So 2nd and 11 now, loss of 1 on the play for Toy. 2nd and 11 for Reynolds. McCloskey in the gun again. And he does pull the Knights offside.
Ryan, that goes to what I was saying just minutes ago. You got to limit mistakes, especially penalties.
So 2nd play of the game and a 5-yard penalty for Eisenhower after a tackle for loss. Makes it 2nd and 6 for Reynolds instead of 2nd and 11. McCloskey now gives. And that is number 10, Draven Livingston. He gets out to the 39, so it'll be 3rd and short for Reynolds. And it looks like we got a player slow to get up for Eisenhower. It looks like Caleb Robenall, but he does get himself up and gets back to the huddle.
Brian, given the toughness of both of these teams, I think you're going to see a lot of guys working through some limping and some bruises and stuff. None of these guys are going to walk off the field. They're going to have to be drug off the field.
3rd and 2 for the Raiders. McCloskey in for Colt Toys at first down for Reynolds. First and 10 for the Raiders at their own 45. And the give is to Livingston. Livingston's got some space. He's out across midfield into Eisenhower territory at the 49. And now you're starting to see, Cody, Reynolds getting into a little bit of a rhythm running the football off that right side of the offensive line.
They're doing exactly what they need to do. And Eisenhower, they're going to have to step up, like we saw in that first play, tackle for loss. They're going to have to get them at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 4 for the Raiders. And McCloskey gives to Aiden Mull this time. Mull looks like he's down just shy of the 45. Will be 3rd and 1 for the Raiders. And this is a big play early in the ball game, Cody, as the Knights are looking for a stop, try to get the defense off the field.
That defensive line's going to have to step up here.
And McCloskey gives right up the middle. Toys hit in the backfield, spins away, and looks like he's going to plow forward for the first down. They had a chance at him, but Colt Toy with a spin in the backfield picks up the yardage needed for the first down. He's down to the Eisenhower 41. $8:25 to go in the first quarter here of the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Reynolds on this opening possession of the ball game has moved down to the Eisenhower 41 where it's 1st and 10. And McCloskey gives up the middle. That is Livingston again. Picks up a couple. Down to the 39, 2-yard gain for Livingston on that play. But that's a play that Reynolds will take pretty much every time.
Yeah, they will. One thing that we're noticing early on here, that Reynolds has run the ball quite a bit, every play. And they've had 3 guys running the ball. They keep rotating. Of course, Toy and Livingston are their primary backs, but they threw Mull in there, and you're going to keep seeing that throughout the game.
2nd and 8 for the Raiders. McCloskey back to pass. He's got a man. It is number 13, Aiden Mull, down the sideline, and he is finally brought down by Zane Alexander, but there is a flag down in the secondary. Mull was down to the 15 before he was knocked out of bounds by Zane Alexander, but we'll see what the penalty is here.
Alexander hit him out of bounds, but they were waiting to call.
And it is a hold against the Raiders. So this is a spot foul, but it will be enough for a first down. They're not going to get down to the 15, but it will be enough for the first down for Reynolds on their first pass play of the game.
Advances to the 30, that's enough for a first down for Reynolds.
And that's the kind of passing game that we can expect to see from the Raiders, those little dump-offs to the backside of the backfield.
Well, it's basically like an extended run. It's like an extended pitch, and they're taking advantage of the cornerbacks in that situation.
1st and 10 for the Raiders from the Eisenhower 30. Toy in motion. The ball is snapped. No whistle. We're going to see who's got it. Knights say they have it. No signal yet. Officials are conferring here. It certainly looked like the ball was snapped without McCloskey calling for it. And prior to the snap, offsides on the Knights. What a big turnaround. So instead of potentially having the ball on a turnover, it now becomes a 1st and 5 for the Raiders.
Brian, and those are things you just can't do, and you have to think that the encroachment might have caused the error on the snap. But to have a turnover, and we pointed out that those were so key, to have a turnover there and then have it taken away like that, Eisenhower can't risk those moments.
And so they're figuring out the time now. It's 7:26 left in the first quarter of a scoreless game. This is the opening possession of the game. Reynolds got the ball to start the contest. They have marched from their own 31. They are now down to the Eisenhower 25. Have chewed nearly 5 minutes off this clock here. McCloskey sends Toy in motion. He gives it to him off the right side. Cole Toy looking for some space. He's still going. And Toy is down to the 15. Should be enough for another Reynolds first down. And if you're the Raiders, this is exactly how you wanted to start this game offensively.
Oh, yeah, and you start the game with 3-yard runs, 4-yard runs. Now you're getting 10-yard runs. You're wearing out that defensive line. That's exactly what they want to do.
So it is a first down for Reynolds at the Eisenhower 15. McCloskey gives to Toy. Toy's hit in the backfield and somehow manages to fall forward. Jared Beers was the first one to get to him. And there you saw the strength of Cole Toy, though. He was hit in the backfield, and Jared Beers is one of Eisenhower's leading tacklers this season, and Toy was able to just muscle his way forward.
Yeah, Toy's not a small guy, and he's certainly tough, and he's fighting for every yard. We've seen him a couple of times get bumped, get hit in the backfield, get hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll spin out of it. He'll power through it. He really has a mixed bag of weapons at his disposal.
2nd and 9 now for the Raiders as we approach 6 minutes to go in the first quarter of a scoreless game here at the District 10 Class 1A Championship. McCloskey in the gun, and he will drop back to pass. He's under pressure, escapes, stays on his feet, and now is going down inside the 10, not quite to the 5-yard line. And again, Eisenhower nearly had him in the backfield, but McCloskey's able to escape and pick up positive yards inside the 10-yard line.
And if you're McCloskey, that's exactly what you want to do when you're faced with this Eisenhower pass rush, is try to find a lane and get moving. We saw that last week. West Middlesex utilized that quite a bit.
3rd and 2 for Reynolds from the Eisenhower 7. Opening possession of the ball game. And the give is to Toy up the middle, and Toy still on his feet, falls just shy of the goal line. But it will be enough for a first down. It looks like it'll be 1st and goal from the 1, maybe the 1.5 for the Raiders.
And as you saw there, Brian, Toy is just, he's running with defenders hanging off of him.
So he is down to the 1, 1st and goal from the 1 for Reynolds. 5:05 to go in the first quarter of a scoreless District 10 Class 1A Championship game at Eisenhower. Reynolds knocking on the door, McCloskey in the gun. Sends Toy in motion, gives it to him off the right side, runs into a host of nice defenders and does not get in.
Reminiscent of that double overtime last week, that front defensive line for the Knights, they're stepping up big.
So big, it's 2nd and goal now for the Raiders. As we get down to 4:30 to go here in the first quarter, and so far it's been all Reynolds. The Knights have not touched the ball yet.
Controlling the clock, controlling the line of scrimmage. This game is all about control.
2nd and goal now. McCloskey gives it to Toy again off the right side. He's got the edge. Cole Toy, touchdown Reynolds. 4:12 to go in the first quarter. And Cody, that drive went 69 yards in almost 8 minutes for the Raiders. That's exactly how they want to start this game offensively.
8 minutes, 69 yards, and Toy had 28 of them, including the touchdown there.
So we're waiting on the point after here. And it will be Draven Livingston in for the kick. Snap is good. Hold us down. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:12 to go here in the first quarter, brought to you by Icy Inc., the Reynolds Raiders have a 7-0 lead over the Eisenhower Knights in the District 10 Class 1A Championship. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School, where Reynolds has just taken a 7-0 lead over the Knights. 4:12 to go, first quarter of the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Reynolds to kick off. The kick is deep, well over the head of Zane Alexander, bounces into the end zone for the touchback. And again, Cody, could not ask for a better start if you're Reynolds to this game.
No, that's exactly what they needed to do, and now Eisenhower needs to do pretty much the same thing. They have very similar strategy.
So we'll see what the Knights come out with offensively. They're going to take over a 1st and 10 at their own 20. And again, 4:12 to go, and this is the first time the Eisenhower offense has touched the football. So quarterback Owen Trumbull comes out in the gun, has Cale Black in the backfield with him. Dylan Benson now shifting over to the near side.
Might be looking pass here to start the game.
And Trumbull takes a snap and gives to Black up the middle, and he is hit and decked immediately. Looked like number 7, Quentin Early, was the first one to get to him. And not the way you want to start if you're Eisenhower. Looks like a loss of 3 on the play. Will make it 2nd and 13 now for the Knights as they trail 7-0 with 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Trumbull comes out, 3 receivers right, Black in the backfield with him. And Trumbull high snap, pumps, passes, and it's almost picked off. Quentin Early was looking at the end zone on that one. Had the ball in his grip and just lost it, or that was a pick 6 all the way, Cody.
It was, and you know, we were talking about this before the game. This Reynolds defense has a lot of interceptions, and they're going to be going after the ball. They're ball hawks. That's what they do.
It looked like Trumbull was trying a double move there with the pump fake, and Early just didn't bite on it at all. So it makes it 3rd and 13 now for the Knights. Trumbull in the gun, fakes, and he's in trouble and sacked. And what a defensive series for Quentin Early. He got to him again, gets Trumbull down for the sack. So very reminiscent, Cody, of the way this game started in the playoffs a year ago. Eisenhower not able to get out of the blocks offensively. Reynolds has already chewed up a ton of clock with a long drive, and now the Knights are going to punt it away. Trumbull in his own end zone to punt. Jaquay running on late here. High snap, and Trumbull just gets the kick away, but it is a short kick. Takes an Eisenhower bounce out across the 40, still going, and stops at the Eisenhower 42. So Reynolds going to take over with great field position, already leading 7-0 with 2:38 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's not a good place to be if you're Eisenhower right now, because you're losing the clock, you're losing the line of scrimmage battle, and you're losing the game. So I expect Reynolds to come out and just continue to do the same thing they did on the last series. There's no reason they shouldn't.
McCloskey sends Toy in motion, and the give this time is to number 27, Jalen Wagner. Wagner looking for the right edge there. Not going to find it, actually loses a yard. And Cody, we talked about one of Eisenhower's strengths has been this run defense. They're going to have to step up and show it right now if they want to keep the Knights in this ballgame.
Consecutive big defensive plays. That's what they're going to need. It cannot be a play here and a play there right now. They really need 4 straight big defensive plays.
Approaching 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Reynolds leads 7-0, and the give is to Wagner, and he's hit in the backfield again. That was Gannon Jaquay, the first one to get to him. Drops him back for another loss. We'll make it 3rd and 13 now for the Raiders. And when you get backed up on 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning to get you moving again. It's a big 3rd down here for the Knights defense. They got to get off the field, try to get the ball back to their offense and get something going here.
Yeah, this is a big play. I mean, when you're facing a run team like Reynolds, a game can really get away from you.
McCloskey in the gun. Sends Mole in motion to give us to Toy up the middle. Toy bounces off one tackler, gets down across the 40. Down to the 39-yard line. Looked like Beers was the one who finally brought him down. And Reynolds has no intention, it looks like, of punting the ball away. Offense right back up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of why they wouldn't have passed there, that this was 4-down territory for them.
And McCloskey way back in the gun now, and he will kick. Or excuse me, that was Mull back and punts it into the end zone. So big defensive stop for the Knights defense. Now can the offense get anything going?
They're going to have to. That was a very quick series for Eisenhower, a very quick series for Reynolds. They need to take advantage of that.
So 48 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Reynolds leads Eisenhower 7-0. District 10 Class 1A Championship. Tonight's first quarter is brought to you by Icy Inc. in Warren. Knights come out for their second possession of the game. They're going to have it 1st and 10 on their own 20 after the Mull punt went into the end zone. Trumbull breaks the huddle. 3 receivers bunch left. Black in the backfield with them. Sends Benson in motion. The give is to Black up the middle. And again, there's just nowhere for Cale Black to go. Falls back for a loss of, it looks like, 2 on the play. And again, we saw this last week, Cody. The Knights' inability to run the ball up the middle is costing them yards.
Yeah, and last week we saw some lanes open, but they were closing quick. Tonight, I'm not even seeing any lanes.
Trumbull in the gun, 3 receivers left. Drops back to pass, and he's giving it to Black on the screen, and Black is hit immediately. That was number 64, Rocco John Daniello, sniffed out the screenplay, and it looks like that is going to do it for the first quarter here at Eisenhower. Reynolds leads the Knights 7-0, District 10 Class 1A Championship. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters. Before you go over the river or through the woods, head to Allegheny Outfitters in Warren. Allegheny Outfitters has all the gear you need for canoeing, kayaking, hiking, backpacking, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and mountain bike maintenance. We also carry local artisan gifts as well. Stop into our shop at 20 Clark Street in Warren or visit us on the web at AlleghenyOutfitters.com.
Chris Rossetti here to tell you a little bit about All-American Awards and Engraving in Chippenville. When I first met Jim Carroll in 2006, All-American Awards and Engraving was just getting started. Since then, the company has grown into the area's premier shop for embroidery, screen printing, and engraving, graphic design work, and personalized gift ideas. As Jim has always said, they'll put almost anything on almost everything, and they really do mean that. Give them a call today at 814-782-6264.
Need some pizza and wings to go with the game? Then head to the Bucket Cafe at 14 Main Street in Sugar Grove. Great food, great staff, and great prices. The Bucket now offers online ordering. Check them out on Facebook or call 814-489-5000.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And welcome back in here to Eisenhower High School, getting ready to start the second quarter. Tonight's second quarter is brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company. Trumbull back in the gun. Back to pass, rolling left. Fires, and he's got a man, and is caught. That's Zane Alexander out across the 25. Are they going to mark him down right at the 26-yard line? But he is shy of the first down. And again, do want to mention the second quarter tonight brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company. They are the official insurance provider of D9and10sports.com. So Trumbull into punt again. High snap, gets the kick away. Better kick this time. And it bounces across the 50 and rolls down inside the 40. And that's where the Raiders will take over at the 38-yard line. So Eisenhower gets the pass completed, Cody, but Alexander was not able to shake his man and get the first down on that third down pass play.
Yeah, they might have found something rolling Trumbull out like that. You know, watching that defensive pressure that he was under, those defensive linemen were getting on the Eisenhower side of the ball, but they didn't have the quickness. And Trumbull is an athletic quarterback, and maybe Penley will use that to his advantage in future series.
11:15 to go, second quarter of the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Reynolds leads Eisenhower 7-0. McCloskey back in the gun. And gives to Toy off the right side. Toy shakes the tackler. He's still going out across midfield. Cole Toy all the way down to the Eisenhower 45-yard line. Gain of 17 on the play. Big run for Cole Toy on first down.
Cole Toy so far has 9 carries for 49 yards. And Reynolds had 51 yards on 15 carries in the first quarter.
So this Eisenhower run defense certainly being put to the test here tonight. First down for Reynolds from the Eisenhower 45. McCloskey gives to Livingston off the left side. Livingston tries to spin away. He is brought down, looks to be about a 3-yard pickup out to the 42. 2nd and 7 for the Raiders. And again, Cody, with a 7-0 lead, if you're Reynolds, you're perfectly content right now to just run this ball and bleed the clock out here.
Oh, yeah. You just keep running the ball. I mean, they're going to have success running the ball. Eisenhower was able to stop them on the last series, but you're not going to do that every series against a team like Reynolds.
2nd and 7. And McCloskey entices the Knights offsides again. That's the third time already in this half, Cody. And you talked about it on the pregame show. One of your keys was those mental mistakes, and already we've seen it cost the Knights 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, when a team has over 60 yards rushing on you already, just a few minutes into the second quarter, and you've given them a couple of first downs off of penalties, 15 yards total, you're not helping your defense out at all.
So we go from 2nd and 7 to 2nd and 2 now for the Raiders on the Eisenhower 37-yard line. And McCloskey looking to pass, looking for Maul. Now he's trying to escape, and he gets hit. Makes something out of nothing, picks up maybe a yard on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 1. And we saw that pass play earlier where McCloskey just threw it to Mull on the little swing pass out of the backfield. This time the Knights were ready for it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, given Eisenhower's pass rush, why you would want to have a long developing pass play. I think getting the ball out quickly certainly would help Reynolds.
As we approach 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter, Reynolds leads 7-0, facing a 3rd and 1 from the Eisenhower 36. They nearly got him to jump again. And the give is to Toy off the right side. He'll have enough for the first down as he gets down to the 34-yard line. Keeps the drive alive for the Raiders.
So that's a 34-yard line for Reynolds, 1st and 10.
Let's go, Spurs!
Knights got lucky there, not getting another flag.
Yeah, McCloskey's done a really good job of drawing that Knights defensive front offside so far this game. But Toy was able to power his way forward for the first down. Reynolds has it 1st and 10 at the Eisenhower 34, looking to add to their lead. Give us to Livingston off the left side. Livingston has space, closes quickly.
Number 9,
It looked like that was Zane Alexander on the stop. Maybe a touchdown-saving tackle on that stop for Alexander.
Yeah, and the difference between Toy and Livingston is certainly quickness. Toy is he's built more like a power back, and Livingston has some shifty moves. The problem with that is, Livingston's not going to break as many tackles if he can't use his agility to his advantage. So Eisenhower did a good job there.
2nd and 9 for the Raiders. And the give is to Mull this time. Mull powering his way forward up the middle, down across the 25. And it'll depend on the spot, but it looks like he may have enough for another Reynolds first down. And they are moving the chain, so it is first down for Reynolds on the run from Aiden Mull. They're now inside the Eisenhower 25 at the 24-yard line. 7:25 to go, second quarter. Reynolds leads 7-0. The Raiders just methodically moving their way down the field. McCloskey in the gun again. Toy in motion. The give is to Toy off the left side. Cole Toy gets the Raiders inside the red zone down to the 19.
He's across the Eisenhower 20 down to the 19-yard line.
And it actually looks like they spotted it at about the 18-yard line. So big run there for, solid run, for Cole Toy there on first down. Makes it 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. And the give is to Livingston off the right side. And Livingston picks up maybe a couple on the play. We'll make it a 3rd and 3 for the Raiders. Just outside the 15-yard line. You got to think they're certainly in 4-down territory here, Cody.
Oh, I would agree. They were in 4-down territory at the Eisenhower 40 on 2 series ago. So certainly, I don't think that Reynolds has any desire to punt the ball tonight.
3rd and 3 for the Raiders. The give is to Toy off the left side. Toy up the middle, still going down inside the 10. And don't need to worry about 4th down when you pick up the first on 3rd down. It is 1st and goal now for the Raiders at the Eisenhower 8-yard line. And again, Cody, the Raiders just chewing time off this clock as we approach 5:30 to go here in the second quarter.
6 minutes on this drive already.
Reynolds leading Eisenhower 7-0. Give us to Mull. Mull gets down to the 5. Picks up 3 on the play. Will be 2nd and goal.
Let's go, 2nd goal from the 5-yard line.
5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Raiders leading the Knights 7-0 in the District 10 Class 1A championship. Knocking on the door again, 2nd and goal from the 5. And the give is to Toy. Toy looking for space. He's finding it. Did he get in? He does. Cole Toy with his 2nd of the game. This time from 5 yards out, Cole Toy extends the Reynolds lead. And that was just a patient run by Cole Toy there. He was looking initially on the left side, didn't find anything, was able to kind of slide his way down the offensive line until he found some space on the right side and muscled his way in.
Yeah, if you saw that too, the quarterback helped him out a little bit, gave him a little bit of a push to just get him across the goal line.
So Livingston on for the point after. Mull to hold. Snap is good. Hold is down. The kick is up. And it is good. So with 4:43 to go here in the second quarter, Reynolds has extended its lead 14-0 over Eisenhower in the District 10 Class 1A championship. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
Looking for a great holiday gift? Need to find the just right arrangement for your special occasion. How about the perfect complement for homecoming or prom? Then head to Sulene Creations in Sugar Grove. At Sulene Creations, we have flowers for all occasions and gifts for every holiday. We will help make your wedding day spectacular and the prom unforgettable. Call 814-489-7868. Stop into our shop at 6584 Matthews Run Road in Sugar Grove or visit us on Facebook. Sulene Creations is a proud sponsor of Eisenhower football, band, and cheer.
We're back here at Eisenhower High School. Rocco John Danello with the kickoff goes out of bounds. And it looks like there is a flag on the play. I thought maybe Zane Alexander had touched it. But they do throw the flag as the kickoff went out of bounds.
Reynolds hasn't really given Eisenhower the opportunity to return many of these kicks or punts.
So the Knights will take over now on their own 35. 4:42 to go, second quarter of the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Eisenhower trails Reynolds 14-0. The Raiders just got a second touchdown run from Cole Toy. He's got two already this evening for 1 and 5 yards. Knights looking to get something going offensively have gone 3 and out in each of their first possessions.
It's safe to say this might be their last series of this half, the way Reynolds has controlled the clock.
And the give is to Black. He's got some space off the left side. Cale Black following his blocker, still on his feet. Cale Black dragging players down almost to midfield. What a run by Cale Black. And a flag comes out late. We'll see what the penalty is here, but Cale Black with a 14-yard run on first down. My goodness, just dragging people down the field.
That was that power and that toughness that we were talking about, and maybe a little bit of a wrestling background there.
Yeah, he might want a couple more seconds.
So dead ball, personal foul against Eisenhower. So Black gets enough for the first down, but essentially it's going to be a net loss for the Knights on the play. That was a 14-yard run, and the 15-yard penalty is going to take them back to the 34-yard line.
You know, I don't know what else to say about it, Brian. Those are those mental errors, and when it's a penalty like that, that is 100% a fixable error. And it's just that type of penalty will kill your momentum.
So this first down, the officials are conferring over on the far side of the field. The chain gang had stayed put at the 49, but with the way the penalty yardage is marked off, it is a 1st and 10 for Eisenhower. Like we said, essentially net loss of a yard on the play. So that big 14-yard run from Cale Black, all for naught. 1st and 10 from the 34. And the fake to Black, give it to Benson on the end around. He's trying to find the edge. Benson's got it. Almost avoids a tackle, but does get out across the 40. And a big misdirection play. But it looks like Benson is slow to get up. And trainers are coming out to check on him. And while they do, we are going to take a quick break. This is high school football on D910sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Have a fender bender? We can mend her at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
Looking for a new or used car or truck? Then look no further than Nolf Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City. Knoll's selection of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram truck brands, coupled with an assortment of used vehicles, provide customers a wide variety of buying options. They have the vehicle you need at the price you can afford. Knoll's service and parts team of highly qualified technicians is focused on providing exceptional service in a timely manner, and its body shop can't be beat. Visit Nolf's online at nolfdodge.com, like them on Facebook, or stop by and see what they have to offer.
For all your photography and videography needs, turn to Allegheny Lucid Photography by Scott Elmquist. Allegheny Lucid is your source for elegant portraits and high-quality sports and lifestyle photo and video edits. Visit Allegheny Lucid on the web at AlleghenyLucid.com. Allegheny Lucid is a proud sponsor of Eisenhower Sports. Go Knights!
Looking to outfit your team with a quick turnaround time? Then give BGM Custom Wears by Brookfield Glove a try. At BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove, we believe businesses, individuals, and teams should be able to represent themselves at a reasonable price. We have access to thousands of different products like hats, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, bags, and more from your favorite brand. We also do screen printing, embroidery, and engraving. BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove can be reached at 814-849-7324 or check us out online at brookfieldglove.com and like us on Facebook.
Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA is your locally owned hardware store. We're proud to be a member of the True Value family, and we're here to serve our community. Whether you're a pro or taking on a DIY home improvement project for the first time, we're right here in your neighborhood with the expert advice, tools, equipment, and the products you need to get the job done. Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA. We're here to help. Come in and see us today.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School. As you can see, Knights player Caleb Robinault being helped off the field. Trainers were tending to him for a while. We do hope that everything is okay for Caleb as he comes off the field here. It's certainly something, Cody, that is one of the dangers of this game, but certainly something you never want to see.
Well, yeah, you don't want to see any injuries on the field, even cramps, you know. But it's somewhat expected that you're going to have that during these games with these types of teams.
2nd and 3 for the Knights. The give is to Black, picking his way up the left side. Cale Black falling forward. He could have a first down. It looks like the official is signaling first down for Eisenhower on the Cale Black run. That is their first down of the game, Cody, and it comes with 3:59 to go here in the second quarter. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0 in the District 10 Class 1A championship. 1st and 10 for the Knights from their own 44. Trumbull under center. Takes the snap, gives to the up man, Colby Hagg. Or excuse me, that was Alexander, the up man. Falls forward for 2 there. And I had it right the first time. It was Colby Hagg. It's a 2-yard gain for Hagg. Brings up 2nd and 8 for the Knights. 3:20 to go, second quarter. Fake to Black. Trumbull under pressure, fires. And it looks like it was Mike Jones. Tried to avoid the tackle there, but he ends up getting brought down for a loss on the play. Well, they did give Jones forward progress to the line of scrimmage, so it is 3rd and 8. And Reynolds has been getting some good pressure on Owen Trumbull in the backfield when he does drop back to pass, as he does here on 3rd and 8. Fires, looking for Benson. He's got him. Caught Dylan Benson at the Reynolds 45-yard line.
When a quarterback needs a big play, they go to their number 1 receiver, and Trumbull and Benson have been that way since last year.
It was a record-setting combination for the Knights a season ago, Trumbull to Benson, and they hook up here tonight on a big 3rd down. Gives the Knights first down at the Reynolds 45. 2:20 to go, second quarter. Raiders lead 14-0. And Trumbull fakes. Now under pressure, trying to escape. He runs into his own man and then is taken down That's Rocco John Daniello again. And then a 10-yard loss on the play as Trumbull nearly escaped, but then ran into his own man in the backfield. And we do see in the comments some of you telling us where you're watching from, and we appreciate everybody coming to join us this evening here for the District 10 Championship. Trumbull back to pass, fires over the middle for Alexander. It's tipped by Aiden Mall, and falls incomplete.
Reynolds got lucky there because I'll tell you, Brian, if that would have hit Alexander, he was catching that, and I'm not really sure there was anybody that was going to bring him down. Alexander's a quick kid.
So it does fall incomplete, makes it 3rd and 20 with 1:40 to go in the second quarter. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0, District 10 Class 1A Championship from Eisenhower High School. Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms here with you for D9and10sports.com. Trumbull back to pass, has time, looking, now rolling right, under pressure, tries to reverse field, and he's going to get hit and dropped all the way back inside the 30. Looked like that was Mull, the first one to get him there, but there was about 4 Reynolds players cornering Trumbull in the backfield as the Raiders take a timeout with 1:22 to go here in the second quarter.
Ball spotted way back.
You know, one stat that we're not used to seeing, Trumbull has negative 32 yards tonight. And when he's facing that pass rush, he's going to have to find the lanes because that pass rush isn't going to stop. It's been pretty formidable all this first half, and being down 14-0, Eisenhower's going to have to pass the ball in the second half, so they're going to have to figure out a way to try to find a weakness, find a lane, and let Trumbull's athletic ability take advantage of that.
And we saw it earlier. They tried to set up a screen to Cale Black, but again, Rocco John Daniello sniffed that one out right away. He's been all over the place defensively for the Raiders already tonight.
It's a well-disciplined defense, Brian.
As the Knights now have 4th and 32 from their own 28. They had gotten all the way up to the Reynolds 45-yard line. Trumbull back to punt, gets the punt away. It's blocked. No, he does not get it away. It's blocked and recovered by the Raiders. And they're going to take over at the Eisenhower 17-yard line. The last thing Eisenhower needed to happen right now is they trail 14-0 with 1:15 to go here in the first half. And you got to think, Cody, if Reynolds can punch the ball in here, that's going to be a big deficit for the Knights to have to overcome in the second half.
Yeah, a team that runs the ball well and controls the clock and has a stout defense is not a team you want to be down by 3 scores to.
McCloskey in the gun. Takes a snap, gives to Toy off the left side. Toy looking for space. Gets down inside the 15 to the 12. Pick up a 5 for Cole Toy on first down as we are under a minute to go here in the first half. Reynolds looking to extend its lead before halftime. Already up 14-0 in the District 10 Class 1A Championship. 2nd and 5. McCloskey drops back to pass, and now he's going to step up, and he is under pressure, and he will be sacked. 3 Knights back there to get him. Big defensive play for Eisenhower as Reynolds takes another timeout with 37 seconds to go. And Cody, we talked about this Eisenhower team has a ton of tackles for loss and sacks on the season, and they came up with a big one there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why Reynolds decided to pass there. They've had success on the ground, as we've seen all game, and to run out the clock in the end of the first half and potentially put another score on the board. I think Eisenhower got lucky they ran a pass play, and they took advantage of it.
Okay, so it looks like they're adding a little bit of time here to the clock. The officials trying to get it sorted out here. Looks like they're going to have about 41 seconds here for the Raiders after this timeout. But a 5-yard loss makes it 3rd and 10. And so a big third down here for the Knights defense, trying to hold this to a 14-point lead before the half. Reynolds trying to extend it to 23 scores before halftime here.
We've seen this defense step up in these big moments.
McCloskey back to pass again. He's under pressure. He steps up. McCloskey now going left, fires, and nearly intercepted. Incomplete. Now 33 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Reynolds facing a 4th and 10 from the Eisenhower 18.
Again, Brian, I just don't understand the logic here.
So we'll see what the Raiders do here. 4th and 10 from the 18.
Because now they're at 4th and 10 from the 18, like you said. Now they almost have to pass. Not that Toy can't pick up big gains. He's had a couple of big gains. He has one of 17 yards. He has one of 10 yards, one of 8 yards. But I would think that they're in a definite passing situation now, and Eisenhower knows it.
We'll see what they're going to do here. They're taking a timeout, try to figure out what they want to do, and to ensure that you have the right game plan. Call Ed Gerg, all state insurance agencies in Warren, Ridgeway, and St. Mary's. So 33.7 seconds to go here, second quarter. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0 in the District 10 Class 1A championship. Reynolds facing a 4th and 10 from the Eisenhower 18. And Reynolds has just used their third and final timeout of the half. So, Cody, even if they pick up the first down, if you want to try to score again, you're going to have to go into a hurry-up, get up and spike the ball unless you can get out of bounds with the first down.
Yeah, they've controlled the clock all game, but I would say on this series here, they've had a little questionable clock management decisions.
Mull in motion. McCloskey in the gun. He drops back to pass. Immediately under pressure. Gets it out to Quentin Early. Early looking for space, and he's hit and dropped to the 15. The ball comes out. Ball comes out. And it looks like Colby Hagg maybe has it. It doesn't matter. It's 4th down. They did not pick up the first down, so it's Eisenhower ball either way with 26 seconds to go. And you wonder here, knowing the Knights are going to get the ball to start the second half, does Eisenhower coach Jim Penley be aggressive here and try to go for a home run ball before the half?
Trumbull has the athletic ability to roll out, to scramble, to get rid of the ball and not take a big sack, because he's at a part of the field now you can't lose too many yards, you'll give up a safety. And they have the quickness of the receivers. It's just a matter of Reynolds' secondary. If they can find a weak spot and hit it, I don't see why not. But get the ball out. Don't hold on to that ball very long.
And it certainly looks like the Raiders are coming out kind of in a prevent. You see the defensive backs all the way back at the 35, 40-yard line. Trumbull under center, and he gives to Black up the left side. Black looking for space, and there is none to be found. He does not get out of bounds. Picks up maybe a yard on the carry, and it looks like that's probably going to do it for the end of the first half here, as there are 5 seconds to go. Knights are starting to walk off the field. So at halftime, District 10 Class 1A Championship, Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0. The second quarter tonight has been brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company, the official insurance provider of D9and10sports.com. This is high school football, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
Looking to outfit your team with a quick turnaround time? Then give BGM Custom Wears by Brookfield Glove a try. At BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove, we believe businesses, individuals, and teams should be able to represent themselves at a reasonable price. We have access to thousands of different products like hats, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, bags, and more from your favorite brand. We also do screen printing, embroidery, and engraving. BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove can be reached at 814-849-7324 or check us out online at brookfieldglove.com and like us on Facebook.
Located at 229 Liberty Street in downtown Warren, Freedom Investment Management Group has a passion for helping people manage and preserve their wealth. Partners Rob Maring and Dave Close, along with all the professionals at Freedom Investment Management Group, are committed to providing the highest level of service to our clients. Every member of our team is experienced, educated, and passionate. We intentionally maintain a low client-to-team member ratio so that we can consistently deliver concierge-like service. Simply put, we are not like many other wealth management firms. Come experience the difference. Visit us online at freedomwealthcoach.com.
Are you looking for a place to live in the Clarion area? Then take a look at GC Town Properties. At GC Town Properties, our apartments have accommodations for many people, and they are more than apartments to our diverse group of tenants. They call it their home. GC Town Properties are available at prices you can afford. Check us out online at gctownproperties.com or call us today at 814-226-8910. Don't just find an apartment, find a home with GC Town Properties.
Looking for a newer...
Welcome back into Eisenhower High School, getting set for the halftime show here, the Sulene Creations halftime show at the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0. We are going to take a quick break here in just a minute and bring you the Eisenhower Knights Marching Band in the Sulene Creations halftime show. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And that was the Eisenhower Knights Marching Band and their halftime show. We will be right back for you on the Ceiling Creations halftime show. District 10 Class 1A Championship. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0 at the half. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
D9 and 10 Sports and the Eisenhower Football Boosters would like to thank the following for helping bring you tonight's game: Sugar Grove Ambets, Post 50, IWF and Gene and Sue Wilston, Skip and Doris Trumbull, Dory and Bruce Highhouse and Brian Nisley, David Bauer, Duck and Jane Burlingame, the Venmans, Renee Samuelson, the Hamiltons, the Lindemuths, the Olsons, Ernie and Mary Carlson, PGE, Tom and Judy Holderreed, Broken Straw Valley Campground, Stacy and Jason Allen, Stephanie Castano, Christine Castano, Gail Jacobzak and Ohio Crew, Mike's Town Line Service. Tonight's broadcast was made possible through your generosity. Thank you from all of us at D9 and 10 Sports and the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And welcome back in here to Eisenhower High School. We are at halftime of the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0. Going to take a quick look around the region and some other scores for you. Tonight's scoreboard is brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company. In the PIAA Class 2A first round, Wilmington holds a 21-0 lead over Karnes City at the half. PIAA Class 5A first round, Cathedral Prep 19, Hollidaysburg 0. That's in the second quarter. And some regular season action tonight. Otto Eldred leads Cameron County 14-12. They are in the second quarter. Keystone has a over Kerwinsville. Corey up big on Fairview 42-7. And Sharpsville leading Warren 13-7. All those games are in quarter. We have District 10 Class 6A Championship, Erie at McDowell. That game kicks at 11 a.m. PIAA Class 1A first round, Red Bank Valley versus Northern Bedford. That's at Winber Stadium. That kicks at 1. The winner of that game will face the winner of our game here tonight next week. PIAA Class 4A first round, Oil City, it takes on Juniata at Mansion Park in Altoona. That kicks at 1 p.m. And the District 10 Class 3A Championship, Grove City at Hickory, kicks at 7 p.m. tomorrow. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you tonight by Swift Kennedy & Company. Swift Kennedy & Company is the official insurance provider of D9and10sports.com. And Cody, taking a look back at the first half, what kind of stats do we have through the first half of this game?
Well, Brian, it's been a first half that has been all about time management, controlling the clock, controlling the line of scrimmage, like we discussed in the pregame, and not a lot of pizzazz. It's been pretty much dominated by Reynolds rushing the ball. They have 27 carries for exactly 100 yards, with Toy leading that with 13 carries, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns. On the other side of the ball, and also, just one more note for Reynolds, they have 9 first downs. On the other side of the ball, Eisenhower really hasn't done much on offense. Cale Black has 5 carries for 13 yards, and one of the biggest issues right now is Trumbull has a negative 32 yards. And they got to keep their quarterback upright, or they're going to run into some serious trouble here in the second half, because they're trying to come back from a 14-0 deficit. They're going to have to pass the ball. Trumbull's going to have to stay upright, and that's everybody. That's on the offensive line. That's on Trumbull finding lanes, getting rid of the ball.
Okay, so tonight's stats were brought to you by Wilcox Brothers, True Value in Sugar Grove. Our scoring summary tonight, it's Colt Toy. Had a touchdown from 1 yard out late in the first quarter, had another one from 5 yards out late in the second quarter. Draven Livingston connected on both extra points, 14-0 Reynolds. Tonight's scoring summary brought to you by All-American Awards and Engraving. We're going to take a quick break, come right back with Cody's keys to the second half. You're listening to the Suline Creations halftime show on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Looking for a great holiday gift? Need to find the just right arrangement for your special occasion? How about the perfect complement for homecoming or prom? Then head to Suline Creations in Sugar Grove. At Suline Creations, we have flowers for all occasions and gifts for every holiday. We will help make your wedding day spectacular and the prom unforgettable. Call 814-489-7868. Stop into our shop at 6584 Matthews Run Road in Sugar Grove, or visit us on Facebook. Suline Creations is a proud sponsor of Eisenhower football, band, and cheer.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
Need some pizza and wings to go with the game? Then head to the Bucket Cafe at 14 Main Street in Sugar Grove. Great food, great staff, and great prices. The Bucket now offers online ordering. Check them out on Facebook or call 814-489-5000.
Welcome back into the Suline Creations halftime show here at Eisenhower High School. Reynolds leads Eisenhower 14-0 in the District 10 Class 1A Championship. And Cody, the Bucket Cafe tonight wants to know, what are your keys for the second half? We'll start with Eisenhower. What do they need to do to get back in this game?
They got to do something. They got to do something on offense. I don't know if they're going to be able to establish the run tonight. That defensive front of Reynolds is tough, and they really have not been able to penetrate at all.
but they're going to have to move the ball down the field and put together a couple of series at least to try to stay in this game.
And for the Raiders, what do they have to do to close out this win and take home the District 10 title?
Just let Toy keep doing what he's doing. 69 yards rushing in the first half. No reason that I've seen that he can't continue that into the second half unless Eisenhower makes adjustments.
Okay, so those were Cody's keys to the second half, brought to you tonight by the Bucket Cafe. We are just about set for kick here in the third quarter. Tonight's third quarter is brought to you by Allegheny Outfitters in Warren. We want to say thank you to everyone who has donated to tonight's broadcast. We would not be on the air without your generosity, so very much thank you from all of us at D9and10sports.com and the Eisenhower Football Boosters. Reynolds will kick to start the second half. Eisenhower will receive. And Cody, this may be the drive of the game here for the Knights offense. They've got to figure out a way to get something going.
They do. And this drive, this started with Eisenhower coming up big in the end of the first half. They kept Reynolds from scoring there, and now Eisenhower has the opportunity to try to cut this lead in half, and they really need to take advantage of this. You don't want to fall down by too many more points.
So Rocco John Daniello will kick for the Raiders. Eisenhower will have Benson back deep to receive.
Reynolds hasn't kicked a lot of returnable balls in the first half.
And John Daniello's kick is away, and it is fielded at the 18 by Keegan Ekstrom. And Ekstrom is run out of bounds. Looks like the 27-yard line. That's where the Knights will take over. As we're just getting started here in the second half of the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Reynolds leads Eisenhower 14-0. Brian Hagberg alongside Cody Elms for D9and10sports.com. Our broadcast tonight powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters. And again, thank you to all of our donors for helping us bring you tonight's game.
You know, Brian, I don't know if you're going to outpower Reynolds right now. I think Eisenhower has the opportunity to take advantage. They have some quick skills players, and to take advantage of this Reynolds defense in that area, they might be able to get some positive yards that way.
It's a 1st and 10 for the Knights from their own 28-yard line. Trumbull under center. Benson in motion. And the give is to Colby Hagg up the middle, shakes a tackle, and Hagg's out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Solid run on first down there for Colby Hagg, and something the Knights were not able to do in the first half, that power run game right up the middle.
Big gash up the middle by Hagg for 8 yards.
And just as I say they need to use their skills players, they power run it up the middle. So what do I know?
2nd and 2 now for the Knights after the Hagg 8-yard run. Trumbull under center again. Benson coming across the formation, this time to give us to Black off the left side. Cale Black looking for some space. Picks up a couple, will depend on the spot. Looks like he's going to be just shy of the first down. We'll make it 3rd and 1 for the Knights. Knights looking to the sideline for the play here.
Eisenhower already in a crucial 3rd down situation.
3rd and 1 for the Knights. Trumbull under center has Trevor Welker to the far side. Benson coming in motion. Give us to Hagg up the middle again, and this time Hagg's met at the line of scrimmage. He's trying to fall forward. We'll see where they mark him. And they do. The official on the near side is already signaling first down, and they are moving the chain. So it is a first down run for Colby Hagg. Big 3rd down conversion for the Knights on their opening possession of the second half as they trail Reynolds 14-0. And again, Trumbull looking to the sideline to get the play.
Eisenhower utilizing Hagg a lot early in this series.
Benson in motion again. Fake. Fires to Benson. He's got it across the 40. Benson makes a move, trying to get away, and he does. Down the sideline across midfield. Dylan Benson gets out to the Reynolds 48-yard line. Benson came across the formation and then snuck out into the flat, and nobody picked him up. And Cody, if there's a receiver on the Eisenhower offense that you want to make sure you have your eye on, it's Dylan Benson.
Oh yeah, he's pretty sure-handed. We haven't seen him drop many balls this year.
And they fake to Hag, and Trumbull is under pressure, and he is taken down. Looked like some confusion on the play, and Luke Faber takes advantage of it to drop Trumbull all the way back to the Eisenhower 45-yard line. So big positive for the Knights on the pass play. And then looked like there was some confusion on the first down play, and now they're backed up into their own territory facing a second and long.
So this could bring up a 7-17 for the Knights.
Yeah, it almost looked like Hag was supposed to get that ball. I'm not really sure what happened there, but Trumbull looked a little confused after Hag went by.
2nd and 17 for Eisenhower. And timeout for the Knights. Coach Jim Penley saw something he didn't like there. But again, Cody, this is something we've kind of seen as this game has gone on. Eisenhower gets a positive play offensively, and then it's followed up almost immediately by a negative play.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of that last week. Not as much, not as big of losses. We were hoping that might have been kind of a fluke, a 1-week fluke. But it's really kind of becoming a trend, and that's not something you want to have when you're in the playoffs.
So the Knights take a timeout, 9:26 to go second quarter. Reynolds leading 14-0. Eisenhower facing a 2nd and 17 from their own 45. The big pass play from Trumbull to Benson had gotten them across midfield.
I like that timeout, Brian. You usually don't want to see them used early, but they haven't put together many positive series in the first half, so you got a little bit of momentum going. Make sure that you execute now.
Okay, so they come out now. Trumbull under center, and the pitch is to Black off the left side. Cale Black looking to get the edge, and he escapes one man, and now he's down the sideline. Cale Black, how did he come out of that? It looked like he was going to get taken down at the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden he squirted out, and he's across midfield, almost to the Reynolds 45.
Yeah, Brian, it's not often that you lose Cale Black in all of the players, but I lost him completely, and then he just came out of nowhere and had positive yards.
So Black gets the negative yardage back and then some. It brings up a 3rd and 8 now for the Knights from the Reynolds 46. Fake to Black, and the pass is tipped and goes right back to Trumbull, but then he's swarmed by the Reynolds defenders. Heads-up play there for Owen Trumbull trying to make something out of nothing, but it ends up being a loss as the pass was batted down at the line of scrimmage and went right back into Trumbull's breadbasket.
I think it still counts as a completion. But anyways,
but it does bring up a 4th and 13, so big stop for Reynolds on the opening possession of the second half. Trumbull back to punt. He does get the kick away, and he's run into and knocked down. A flag comes out as the ball rolls down inside the 20. We'll see if this...
That's a huge penalty, Brian.
The ball is pointed. Let's see what it is.
And it looks like this is probably going to be a running into as the official's asking Coach Jim Penley what he wants to do.
So you're talking to the Eisenhower sideline, which would indicate a Reynolds penalty.
So it is a running into the kicker. The penalty is declined. Eisenhower will force Reynolds to take the ball. Looks like right at the 20-yard line there.
Reynolds will take over the ball.
So a crucial call. If that had been a roughing the kicker, that would have been a free first down for Eisenhower. But the running into the kicker, Coach Jim Penley decided instead of taking the 5 yards in a re-kick, he'll just make sure Reynolds has the ball at the 20.
Yeah, I think Reynolds got a little bit lucky on that penalty there because that could have been bad.
It certainly looked like Trumbull was maybe trying to sell that a little bit when he went down, trying to buy the extra 10 yards.
A little old school Vlade Divac action going on there.
So 1st and 10 for Reynolds, their first possession of the second half. McCloskey gives up the middle. And that is Cole Toy going nowhere this time. It looks like he's going to lose a yard on the play. And one of the few times the Knights have been able to stop Toy in the backfield will make it 2nd and 11 for Reynolds. 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Raiders lead the Knights 14-0, District 10 Class 1A championship.
As we said before, consistency on defense would be huge for stopping Reynolds.
2nd and 11. And the give is up the middle. We'll pick up a couple just across the 20 to the 21. That was Aiden Mull on the carry. So it'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Raiders. And when you get backed up on 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again. It's a big 3rd down here for the Eisenhower defense. If they can get the ball back to their offense with only a couple minutes gone on this Reynolds possession, would be a big key for them to try to get back in this game.
No, the last time that Reynolds was in a long situation, they ran a screen to see if they do the same thing here.
McCloskey back to pass, looking for Mull, and it's tipped. The ball is batted down. Mull goes back to recover. They do call it incomplete. The whistle blows. But McCloskey's pass was tipped and incomplete. So the Eisenhower defense comes up with the stop that they needed. Makes it 4th and 9 for Reynolds from their own 21.
Yeah, and you have to think if they're punting from their own 21, Eisenhower is going to have some pretty decent field position here, especially if they're able to return the ball.
So Zane Alexander is back deep for the Knights.
We've seen Alexander put on the moves on punt returns before earlier in this season.
And Rocco John Danello in for the punt. Raiders coming out in a interesting formation here to try to get the Knights off balance, but John Daniela does punt it away, and it bounces at the 49, takes a Reynolds bounce, still going all the way down inside the 30 to the 29. So good kick there from Rocco John Daniello. We'll give Eisenhower a 1st down from its own 29-yard line. 6:47 to go here, 3rd quarter. Tonight's 3rd quarter is brought to you by Allegheny Outfitters in Warren.
We showed a little bit of a spark on offense last time.
So we'll see if the Knights can build. They did have some success on that last drive offensively before stalling out right near midfield. We'll see what they do here. Trailing 14-0, 6:47 to go, 3rd quarter.
I like the Knights using Hag and Black back to back. I think that worked very well.
Trumbull does come out under center. And Reynolds jumps off sides this time. And so that'll be a free 5 yards for the Knights. Makes it 1st and 5 from their 34. Trumbull under center. And he gives to Black up the middle. Black's got some space. Black's out across the 40 to the 43. We'll have a 1st down for Eisenhower. And you're starting to see in the second half, Cody, a little bit, some of those holes opening up the middle for the Knights finally.
Yeah, the lanes are opening up. You know, Eisenhower's looking a lot like Reynolds looked in the beginning of the first half.
1st and 10, Eisenhower from its own 43. And Trumbull fakes, looking to throw. And he's under pressure, trying to escape. Owen Trumbull gets away from one, cuts back again, still on his feet. And a flag is down as Trumbull's out to the 46.
I think we might see a block in the back here.
Certainly in that area, block in the back, hold somewhere along those lines. There's a personal foul. Blindside block on the Knights. So that's a big penalty after Owen Trumbull was able to make something out of nothing there. But that cost the Knights 15 yards. And that takes Eisenhower all the way back to the 27. And Eisenhower needs to get to the Reynolds 47 to pick up a 1st down here. It is 1st down for Eisenhower. And the give is to Benson. Benson's got some space, gets out across the 30. To the 31. Pick up a 4 for Dylan Benson. Knights looking to the sideline to get the play here as they face a 2nd and 20 from the 31. Trumbull takes a snap, drops back to pass, fakes, under pressure, and he is going to get sacked. Big sack there for number 57, Mitchell Mason. Takes Trumbull all the way back to the Eisenhower 20, 11-yard loss on the play. And Cody, Eisenhower's going to have to dig deep in the playbook here as it brings up a 3rd and 30+.
I think right now, obviously they'd like to get the first down, but right now you're just trying to add yardage to your punt. That's inevitable.
I'm not even sure Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning can get him moving again on this 3rd and 31 here. Trumbull back to pass, looking, fires down. He's got Benson. Benson makes the catch. Just shy of the 35-yard line, not near enough for the first down. But like you said, Cody, they do get some of the yardage back. Can maybe flip the field a little bit here as we approach 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter with Reynolds leading 14-0. And the officials now saying the pass was incomplete. So Benson does not come down with the ball there. It looked like he had made a nice grab, but the officials confer and say it was incomplete. So now Eisenhower's going to punt from its own 20. Trumbull back deep. And we have a flag on the play. And it looks like the Knights are going to back up some more. And Eisenhower is absolutely going the wrong way on this drive. 4:19 to go, 3rd quarter. 4th and 38. Trumbull back to punt. Gets the snap, gets the kick away. And it goes out of bounds. Looks like maybe around the Eisenhower 40-yard line, which is where Reynolds will take over, leading 14-0 in the District 10 Class 1A championship. And they mark it out at the 44. So Reynolds going to start in Eisenhower territory.
We've got 4:14 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
And again, Cody, this is where Eisenhower's got to lean on his defense. A stop is nice, but if you're the Knights, you need a turnover here in a big way.
You do. You need a turnover with some return yardage, I think.
And if you're Reynolds, you just keep doing what you're doing. McCloskey in the gun, they're going to have a little bit of a false start there. The receiver on the far side, Luca Tafani, started just running down the field. So that's going to back Reynolds up 5.
I'll tell you what, Brian, this second half has been kind of sloppy by both teams. Both teams have come out and sort of played some unfocused football compared to the first half.
It's 1st and 15 now for Reynolds. Toy in motion, and he will get it. Looking for space along the right side, and Toy gets to the edge and then is run down by Zane Alexander before being knocked out of bounds by Jared Beers. And it looks like there is an Eisenhower player down near midfield. Can't see who it is, though.
It's Trumbull.
I was going to say it looks like maybe Owen Trumbull, and that's a huge blow for the Knights if this is anything serious for Trumbull. And while the trainers tend to him, we're going to take a quick break. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
At Pine Grove Auto Sales, located in Russell, we take pride in the way we do business. We focus 100% on our customers and believe car buying should be a fun, hassle-free experience. Our impressive selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs is sure to meet your needs. We'd like to thank you for considering Pine Grove Auto for your next vehicle purchase. Contact us today at 814-757-7030 or visit us at 7160 Market Street in Russell.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
So we're back at Eisenhower High School. Owen Trumbull was able to get up and jog off under his own power. Always good to see. 2nd and 10 now for Reynolds. Livingston going around the left side. He's getting down the sideline and is run out of bounds by Trevor Welker. But he is inside the Eisenhower 30. to the 28-yard line. First down for Reynolds. 3:57 to go, third quarter. Raiders lead Eisenhower 14-0 in the District 10 Class 1A championship.
You see play after play. You see Toy pound the ball up the middle, and then you see an end around with Livingston, and it's just the difference in their quickness and their style of running. That's hard to defend.
First and 10 for Reynolds from the Eisenhower 28. Toy in motion, and he will get it on the right side, and he's hit by Jaquay, but Toy gets away, reverses field. Slowed by Benson and then taken down by Colby Hagg. And it looks like Toy got to the original line of scrimmage, and a flag comes in after the play. And this is a huge call here, depending on who it's against.
These types of penalties certainly change the dynamic.
So the officials coming together here. We'll see what the call is. Looks like maybe it's against Reynolds as they're talking to Eisenhower coach Jim Penley. It is an illegal block in the back against the Raiders. So Cole Toy doing all that work, reversing field. And then the Raiders get hit with a block in the back penalty.
Which, penalties like that, blocking the back, holding, when the running back, when the play is designed to go to the right side of the field and he has to cut back the entire way across the field, it's not surprising that you see a holding or blocking the back penalty there.
Okay, so it'll be first and 21 for the Raiders back at the Eisenhower 39. Livingston in motion. He'll get the carry, looking for space off the right side. And he's found some. Livingston still on his feet, gets across the 35, and then is taken down at the 34-yard line. So 5-yard pickup for Livingston will make it 2nd and 16 for the Raiders.
You saw in that carry Livingston do a little stutter step there, try to find an open lane. He has very good vision when he's running around the outside like that.
3:07 to go, third quarter. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0. Reynolds facing a 2nd and 16 from the Eisenhower 34. Livingston in motion, and the give is off the left side to Toy, and Toy is hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It looked like Benji Bauer was one of the first ones in there to get him. But it will bring up a 3rd and 16 for the Raiders.
Surprisingly, Brian, Livingston is most of Reynolds' offense right now. Completely contrast to the first half where Toy dominated the running game.
3rd and 16 for Reynolds. 2:30 to go, third quarter. Raiders lead Knights 14-0. McCloskey back in the gun. Toy in motion. McCloskey back to pass. Fires down the sideline. Has a man incomplete. Was looked like Quentin Early down the sideline. Looked like Early got away from Trevor Welker for a second, but couldn't haul in the pass. So we'll see what the Raiders want to do here at the Eisenhower 34. It's 4th and 16.
Now, if it were the first half, I'd say they're absolutely going to go for it, but they haven't had quite the offensive success here in the second half. Might just be a better decision to pin Eisenhower deep if they can and let their offense try to run the field.
And if you're the Knights, do you maybe try to go all out on this and try to get a block and really flip field position here?
I think it gives your offense the best opportunity.
Well, it looks like that question's irrelevant as the offense is on the field. McCloskey back in the gun, 4th and 16. Give us to Toy off the left side. Cole Toy looking for space. He spins away, gets across the 25, down inside to the 24, but will be short of the first down. So effectively a punt there for Reynolds on the run play. You take it if Toy can pick it up. If not, nothing really lost here. You're still pinning Eisenhower inside its own 25.
And that's the benefit of having a stout defense and a 14-point lead, is you can take that. That was kind of a low-risk move there. You punt them, you pin them inside maybe their 10 or their 5, or it goes in the end zone and they're back out to the 20. So they have the ball at the 24-yard line. It really doesn't make a difference. Eisenhower still has a lot of field in front of them.
2:12 to go, third quarter. Reynolds leads Eisenhower 14-0. District 10 Class 1A championship on the line here. Eisenhower takes over 1st and 10 at its own 24. Trumbull is back in the game, back in the gun. Has Black to his left. And fakes to Black and gives to Alexander off the left side. Alexander looks like he maybe picked up a yard on the play to the 25. So we've seen a few times this half, Cody, Eisenhower trying to use some of this misdirection and see if they can't spring something.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, they're looking a lot more like Reynolds, and Reynolds was using a lot of misdirection in the first half.
2nd and 9.
Be curious to see how Trumbull's feeling. Remember, he went down on the last defensive series.
Trumbull in the gun, back to pass, fires. Alexander was there in the flat but couldn't hang on. So the pass falls incomplete, makes it 3rd and 9. And again, this is a situation, Cody, with the Knights trailing 14-0, 1:30 to go, third quarter. This is a third down they desperately need to pick up.
Yeah, they do. And even if Alexander would have caught that, he really wasn't probably going for more than 2 or 3 yards.
Trumbull back to pass, looking, fires, looking for a big play for Benson, and it is incomplete. Dangerous throw there from Trumbull.
Yeah, I would say Eisenhower's lucky that was incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like both Early and Clayton Rhodes had a bead on it as that ball hung up a little bit. And it brings up 4th and 9 for Eisenhower. You know, and again, Cody, this is something we haven't seen from the Knights for the last couple weeks, as they were getting big play after big play throughout the regular season. As Trumbull's back to punt, and he does get the kick away. It's a low line drive kick. Rolls down inside the 40 to the 38. But again, the Eisenhower offense, which had just been getting chunk play after chunk play all season long, once they got into these playoffs against West Middlesex last week and here tonight against Reynolds, it's been really tough sledding for them.
It has been, and that changes how you play your offense. You know, their run game was so huge all season long, and a big contributor to that was they were getting early leads off of really big plays. So it changes your entire scheme when you're having to just try to pick up 2, 3, any yardage you can pick up.
Reynolds takes over 1st and 10 at its own 38. Toy in motion, and he will get it off the right side. Cole Toy picking his way through. Gets out to the 44-yard line, so a 6-yard pickup there for Cole Toy on 1st down. And, you know, even though Toy's getting some of these 5 and 6 yard gains, these are punishing runs. He's taking a lot of hits to pick up those yards.
Toy and Black both. There's not one easy run for either of them tonight.
2nd and 4 with 38 seconds to go, third quarter. And McCloskey gives this time to Jalen Wagner. Wagner trying to pick his way up the left side, gets about 2 on the play. We'll make it a third and 3 for Reynolds, and it certainly looks like the Raiders are going to be content to let the clock run out here in the third quarter. We head to the fourth quarter of the District 10 Class 1A Championship with Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Before you go over the river or through the woods, head to Allegheny Outfitters in Warren. Allegheny Outfitters has all the gear you need for canoeing, kayaking, hiking, backpacking, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and mountain bike maintenance. We also carry local artisan gifts as well. Stop into our shop at 20 Clark Street in Warren or visit us on the web at AlleghenyOutfitters.com.
Palmieri Financial Group was established to bring a holistic planning approach to the areas we serve. Using the financial planning process, we are able to ascertain our clients' financial goals and objectives, then develop a plan to pursue those goals and objectives. We look to building lasting relationships with our clients and take pride in the accomplishments of the goals they have set. Contact them today at 814-230-9055 or visit them at 224 Liberty Street in Warren.
The Hub at PF wants to thank Warren and Chautauqua counties and the surrounding communities for the incredible outpouring of love and support during our first year. From the original concept to our opening to our full schedule all summer and fall, the generosity and faith you've shown us has been overwhelming. Thank you for helping us build relationships in the community while we work to restore hope and transform lives.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
We are back here at Eisenhower High School. It started the fourth quarter. Tonight's fourth quarter is brought to you by Warren Tire Center. McCloskey gives to Toy. Toy looking for space down the sideline. He's got some. Still fighting. Gets out of bounds, and he gets an extra shove, and that's going to be a free 15 yards for the Raiders.
Yeah, Brian, he was pretty much thrown onto the track on that play. You can't do that.
So Colt Toy with a tough run. Going to add 15 yards on top of it with the personal foul. So that'll put the Raiders pretty deep into Knights territory here as we're starting the fourth quarter with Reynolds leading 14-0. And again, tonight's fourth quarter, brought to you by Warren Tire Center. It's always a great day at Warren Tire Center. So the penalty moves the ball down to the Eisenhower 30. First down for Reynolds.
65 penalty yards for Eisenhower tonight. 30 in the first half, 35 here in the second.
McCloskey gives to Maul up the left side. Maul picking his way through, gets down across the 25 to the 24. As Reynolds trying to close in on its fifth District 10 title. First one since 2005. With 11:40 to go here in the fourth quarter, they lead Eisenhower 14-0. Mull in motion, and he'll get it. Avoids Bauer in the backfield, trying to string it out. Mull still on his feet. Needed 4. Looks like he got 2, maybe 3. We'll bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Raiders. And again, Cody, this is certainly 4-down territory if you're Reynolds right now.
Yeah, they're getting their last several carries have been just 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, and that's enough to get it done. It runs out the clock. That's exactly what Reynolds needs to do. They don't need the big play. They have the lead.
And the give is to Toy. Toy looking for space, and he'll find it up the right side. There's a flag coming in from all the way back. The back judge by the goalpost there threw that one in. Toy had the first down yardage at the 20. But we'll see what the penalty is here. And it is a hold against the Raiders.
That's really big for Eisenhower.
So we're going to mark off the penalty yardage.
I've been comparing Toy to Livingston all night with their different styles of running, but Maul compared to Toy, Maul is like putting a fresh toy out there. He's a little bit smaller, but the same running style, same aggressive nature. That's tough on the Eisenhower front seven.
Yeah, so the penalty puts the ball back at the 31. We'll make it 3rd and 11 for the Raiders. 10:30 to go, fourth quarter. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0. District 10 Class 1A Championship. You're watching it on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters. Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms here with you at Eisenhower High School. McCloskey in the gun. Wagner in motion. Wagner gets it off the left side. He's hit immediately. Looks like he picks up 2 on the play. We'll make it 4th down for Reynolds. And the flag comes out. Looked like an Eisenhower player kicked the ball. And just another costly penalty for the Knights here tonight. And it is unsportsmanlike conduct. So now instead of 4th and 9, Reynolds is going to get a 1st and 10 down inside the Eisenhower 20.
And there's no excuses for penalties like that, Brian. But you can see that's the frustration, and sometimes that might be partly related to the fact that they haven't really faced a lot of tough games, a lot of tough teams all year, and facing these opponents and not gaining these 10, 15 yards, not tackling in the backfield, it can get frustrating.
As we take under 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Reynolds has a first down at the Eisenhower 15. And that's going to back the Raiders up 5. Toy flinched a little, tried to hold, and could not. So false start on the Raiders backs them up to the 20, and will make it, the 19, will make it a 1st and 15 for Reynolds. And Cody, you mentioned it earlier. This second half has just been really sloppy by both teams.
Yeah, Reynolds had 2 penalties in the first half. They have 5 here in the second half. And Eisenhower, they had 30 yards in penalties in the first half, and already here in the second, they're up to 45 yards.
Yeah, so Eisenhower has called a timeout here. We're going to take a quick one with them. This is high school football on D910sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service, and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D910sports.com radio network.
And welcome back into Eisenhower High School. 9:35 fourth quarter, District 10 Class 1A championship. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0. Raiders have a 1st and 15 from the Eisenhower 19-yard line. And we've got a whistle, and Reynolds is going to take a timeout now. So we just came back from a timeout. We're going to take another quick timeout. Again, this is high school football on D910sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA is your locally owned hardware store. We're proud to be a member of the True Value family, and we're here to serve our community. Whether you're a pro or taking on a DIY home improvement project for the first time, we're right here in your neighborhood with the expert advice, tools, equipment, and the products you need to get the job done. Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA. We're here to help. Come in and see us today.
All right, we're going to try this again. 9:35 fourth quarter, District 10 Class 1A championship. Reynolds facing a 1st and 15 from the Eisenhower 19, leading Eisenhower 14-0. And the give is to Wagner off the right side, and he's hit by Jared Beers. And then falls on Beers. Beers grabbing at his knee there. Appears to be okay. It's certainly not a loss that the Eisenhower defense could take if that had been something serious for Jared Beers.
Well, like I told you, Brian, I think just knowing both of these teams, you're going to have to drag guys off the field tonight.
2nd and 15 now as we approach 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Reynolds at the Eisenhower 19, looking to get that 3-score lead. Toy in motion. Toy gets the handoff off the left side. Jumps over one arm tackle and plows his way forward down to the 17. So it looks like a 2-yard pickup there for Cole Toy. We'll make it a 3rd and 13 for Reynolds.
You know, Brian, you got to give credit, though. the Eisenhower defense in front has played significantly better here in the second half than they did in the first half.
So 3rd and 13 for Reynolds from the Eisenhower 17. Raiders lead the Knights 14-0 as we approach 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And Cody, even if Reynolds doesn't pick this up, they've bled another minute off the clock. McCloskey back to pass, looking for Mull. He's got him in the flat. And Mull down the sideline. Mull still on his feet. Is brought down. Looks like he's inside the 10. But it is a 4th down. He didn't quite get to the first down marker, so it's a 4th and... So it looks like they marked him out of bounds at the 7. So the Raiders need about 3 here to get the first down. 7:54 to go, fourth quarter. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 14-0. District 10 Class 1A championship on the line. McCloskey back in the gun. Sends Toy in motion. Toy looking for the edge. Cole Toy around the right side. Cole Toy's in the end zone. His 3rd of the game. Gives Reynolds a 20-0 lead with 7:47 to go in the fourth quarter. Cole Toy from 7 yards has put Reynolds up 3 scores midway through the fourth quarter here in the District 10 championship.
Eisenhower's done such a good job stopping the run up the middle here in the second half, but a couple of times by Livingston, they've been beat around the outside, and this time it was Cole Toy who did it.
So Livingston on for the point after here. Mull to hold. And snap is on the ground, and Mull's going to pick it up. Mull looking, fires in the end zone, and it is incomplete. The snap came out a little bit low, and Mull wasn't able to corral it, so he picked it up, tried to fire to the end zone, but the conversion is no good. So with 7:47 to go here in the fourth quarter, Reynolds leads Eisenhower 20-0, District 10 Class 1A championship on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Are you looking for a place to live in the Clarion area? Then take a look at GC Town Properties. At GC Town Properties, our apartments have accommodations for many people, and they are more than apartments to our diverse group of tenants. They call it their home. GC Town Properties are available at prices you can afford. Check us out online at gctownproperties.com or call us today at 814-226-8910. Don't just find an apartment, find a home with GC Town Properties.
Need some pizza and wings to go with the game? Then head to the Bucket Cafe at 14 Main Street in Sugar Grove. Great food, great staff, and great prices. The Bucket now offers online ordering. Check them out on Facebook or call 814-489-5000.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School, where Cole Toy's 3rd touchdown run of the game has given Reynolds a 20-0 lead over Eisenhower. 7:47 to go, fourth quarter of the District 10 Class 1A championship. The kick is away, and it is fielded by Dylan Benson at the 24. Benson looking for space. He's free up the middle. Dylan Benson now getting to the sideline. Benson's out across midfield. Big return from Dylan Benson, and a flag late. Flag late on the play. Could be an extra 15 for Eisenhower, and something they would desperately need right here, trying to get back in this game down 3 scores.
Yeah, Brian, this is a crucial drive. I'd venture to say that if they can't put the ball in the end zone on this drive, it's going to be next to impossible to try to come back from this 20-point deficit.
And it is a personal foul penalty against Reynolds, so we're going to tack on an extra 15 yards to the 27-yard return from Dylan Benson. That's going to move Eisenhower all the way down to the Reynolds 34. The deepest they've been in Raiders territory all game long, Cody. And at a time when, like we said, the Knights desperately needed this kind of field position. First down, Trumbull in the gun, Black in the backfield with him. Trumbull back to pass, looking, now rolls right, under pressure. Trumbull cannot escape. Number 57, Mitchell Mason, gets Trumbull down in the backfield all the way back to the Reynolds 46-yard line. 12-yard loss on the play. And good coverage there by the Raiders in the defensive backfield. Trumbull was just looking, and could not find anywhere to throw the ball.
That's a situation. We've seen it several times tonight under the pass rush. Trumbull's got to throw that ball away.
Trumbull fakes to Black, fires over the middle, and Mike Jones could not hang on to it. So that'll make it a 3rd and 22 for Eisenhower. And just when you thought, Cody, they were getting something positive going, one negative play later, and Eisenhower's right back to where they were, stuck in the mud here.
Yeah, they've had a lot of 1 step forward, 2 steps backward series.
So 3rd and 22 for Eisenhower. Trumbull back in the gun. And we've got a whistle. There's a flag. And we've got a false start against the Knights. So again, they're just going backwards here. We'll make it a 3rd and 27. They are now back in their own territory on the 49-yard line. So Trumbull back in the gun, has Black with him. Fakes, fires down, is looking for Welker. Welker gets turned around, and it is intercepted. Intercepted. Down at the 13-yard line. That is Gavin Alibrand on the interception. Or excuse me, no, that's Clayton Rhodes. But there is a flag down back near the line of scrimmage. So no, they pick up the flag. There is no flag. So Rhodes does get the interception. The first one Trumbull's thrown since week 1. Comes at a very inopportune time for Eisenhower, trailing 20-0, 6:46 to go, and Reynolds is going to take over first down at their own 12-yard line.
It came at an inopportune time, but why were they in that situation? Series after series, they've been shooting themselves in the foot, and if they were in a position at this point on the field where they only had 34 yards to score a touchdown, and they went backwards, forcing Trumbull to throw that deep pass, a high-risk pass against a good secondary.
So Reynolds takes over, 1st and 10 at its own 12, 6:46 to go. Raiders lead 20-0. Toy in motion. He'll take the ball up the middle. Cole Toy's breaking away. It's a foot race. Can he beat Alexander? Cole Toy, he will not make it. Alexander runs him down, but Toy goes from his own 12 all the way to the Eisenhower 32. There is a flag back at the Reynolds 38-yard line. And officials conferring, and it is a personal foul against Eisenhower. I'm not sure it was behind the play, not sure what the foul was, but it is a personal foul against the Knights. So Cole Toy gets the big run down into Eisenhower territory, and the Raiders are going to get an extra 15 on top of it, leading 20-0 with 6:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Reynolds is closing in on its first District 10 championship since 2005, Cody.
Yeah, that was, we haven't had a lot of big plays there, but a 50-yard run, first it comes the interception, huge defensive play, then a 50-yard run by Toy.
So it's 1st and 10 for Reynolds from the Eisenhower 17. Toy in motion, and he gets it up the middle again. This time there is nothing there. Toy picks up maybe a yard on the carry. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for Reynolds as we approach 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Raiders leading Eisenhower 20-0 in the District 10 Class 1A championship. I'm watching Cole Toy in the huddle, and he just looks gassed, Cody, but he has been running hard all night long. Livingston in motion, and he's going around the left side. He's got space. Livingston is in the end zone. Touchdown Reynolds. Draven Livingston from 16 yards with 5:36 to go here in the fourth quarter has given Reynolds a 26-0 lead. We'll see they had a botched snap on the last point after attempt. We'll see maybe if the Raiders want to go for two here to make it 28, but they will not. Livingston will be in for the kick. Mull to hold.
Brian, I'm not sure they have to go to two. I can't see. That's a pretty big deficit to come back from.
And the kick is nearly blocked by Zane Alexander, but it does go up and through with 5:36 to go. Reynolds 27, Eisenhower nothing. District 10 Class 1A Championship on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
For all your photography and videography needs, turn to Allegheny Lucid Photography by Scott Elmquist. Allegheny Lucid is your source for elegant portraits and high-quality sports and lifestyle photo and video edits. Visit Allegheny Lucid on the web at AlleghenyLucid.com. Allegheny Lucid is a proud sponsor of Eisenhower Sports. Go Knights!
Chris Rossetti here to tell you a little bit about All-American Awards and Engraving in Chippenville. When I first met Jim Carroll in 2006, All-American Awards and Engraving was just getting started. Since then, the company has grown into the area's premier shop for embroidery, screen printing, and engraving, graphic design work, and personalized gift ideas. As Jim has always said, they'll put almost anything on almost everything, and they really do mean that. Give them a call today at 814-782-6264.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And we're back in here at Eisenhower High School. 5:36 to go, fourth quarter. Reynolds has extended its lead to 27-0 over Eisenhower on the strength of a 16-yard Draven Livingston touchdown run. And the kick is away. Will be fielded inside the 30 by Keegan Ekstrom. And Keegan Ekstrom down the sideline gets pushed out of bounds. Looks like right around the 40. And Cody, we've seen a couple times this season, Keegan Ekstrom definitely has some speed. If he'd have been able to get past that last man, he might have been gone on that one.
Yeah, he hesitated there for a second to read the kickoff coverage. And as soon as he took off, he was taking off. He was fast, but unfortunately too close to the sideline, pushed out of bounds.
So Eisenhower takes over 1st and 10 at its own 40, trailing Reynolds 27-0. 5:30 to go, fourth quarter. District 10 Class 1A Championship. Brian Hagberg alongside Cody Elms here with you for D9and10sports.com. And Trumbull's going to come out under. No, he does back up in the gun now.
You need Trumbull to make smart, quick decisions if they want to drive down the field.
And the snap goes over his head, and Trumbull tries to fall on it. I'm not sure that he did. Reynolds thinks they have it, and they do. Raiders get the turnover and will take over at the Eisenhower 28-yard line. And so Reynolds now 5:24 away from its first District 10 championship since 2005, has the ball in Eisenhower territory after the snap went over Trumbull's head. Reynolds recovers, and now it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders.
After Toy's big run during the last series there, he's now up to 150 yards rushing.
And with 3 touchdowns as well. It's a big night for Cole Toy. And McCloskey now puts Toy in motion, gives him the ball up the middle. Nothing there for Cole Toy, met by a host of Knights. Looked like Cale Black was the first one to get to him. But more importantly for Reynolds, we get to 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Reynolds Raiders are closing in on the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Second and 10 from the Eisenhower 28.
I don't expect Reynolds to do anything high risk here. Just run out the clock, keep pounding the rock.
And McCloskey waiting for that signal from the official that there are 5 seconds left on the play clock, and he gives to Toy again. Toy looking for the right edge. Toy down the sideline. And Toy is knocked down. Looks like right at the 16-yard line, but there is a flag down back here at the 31. Looks like maybe a block in the back there against the Raiders, and that's what we have. So that'll back them up.
You know, last week, Brian, we said that Eisenhower coming into this game was going to have to clean up their game. They're going to, try to limit penalties. That didn't happen. But Reynolds going into next week, assuming they win, they're going to have to do the same thing because they have quite a few penalties, especially here in the second half.
So it'll be 2nd and 22 for the Raiders from the Eisenhower 41. 4:28 to go. Reynolds leads Eisenhower 27-0. Livingston in motion, and he gets it off the left side. Livingston looking for the edge. Livingston's got space down the sideline. Draven Livingston cuts back into the middle. Still on his feet, and Livingston is down inside the 15. And he will have a Reynolds first down at the 13-yard line. 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And assuming Reynolds holds on to this 27-0 lead, they will be paying close attention to what happens in Winburn tomorrow as Northern Bedford takes on Red Bank Valley. The winner of that game will face Reynolds in the PIAA state playoffs. Again, assuming the Raiders hold on and capture the District 10 title here tonight. 3:40 to go, fourth quarter. Reynolds 27, Eisenhower nothing. And the snap goes over McCloskey's head, and he rolls back and falls on it. Smart play by the sophomore quarterback, and didn't try to pick that up and make something happen, just fell right on it to retain possession.
It was a high snap to Trumbull on Eisenhower's last series. And then we see the issue with the snap here. You almost wonder if there's something causing the ball maybe to get a little slick this late in the evening.
It is definitely starting to cool down here up on the hill in Russell, Pennsylvania. As we approach 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And again, Cody, very heady play for a sophomore. Didn't try to pick that ball up and run with it, just fell on it and maintained possession for the Raiders. And the give is to Livingston. And Livingston is down, and the flag comes in.
Looks like Livingston tripped up over somebody. Wasn't really hit there.
And we're looking to see what the penalty is here. Livingston only picked up a couple on the carry. Looks like it is a penalty against Reynolds. As they're talking to Coach Penley on the Eisenhower sideline. And it is another block in the back against the Raiders. So that'll back them up. But again, Cody, they're replaying second down here, so it's almost a benefit to Reynolds because they're getting an extra play out of this and burn some more of this clock off.
Yeah, I don't think they're complaining. One thing to note, I just noticed that Hag came off the field for Eisenhower, walking a little gingerly there. So, and he's a big part of their defense. So the guys around him are going to have to step up here on this play.
2nd and 33, 2 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Reynolds leading Eisenhower 27-0. Raiders closing in on the District 10 Class 1A championship. McCloskey waiting, trying to burn as much clock as he can. And Toy in motion. McCloskey's going to throw, and nearly intercepted by Trevor Welker. A dangerous play there for Reynolds, and not only that, but it stops the clock. I'm not really sure what the thought process is here for the Raiders. I know you've got a lot of yards to pick up, but you'd think running the clock down is more important than getting the first down at this point.
Oh, certainly. You have a 27-0 lead, but, Reynolds did this in the first half. They were running the ball well. They were picking up first downs. They were getting some yardage. And then all of a sudden they decided, they got deep into Eisenhower territory. They decided to pass the ball a few times, and then they put themselves in a passing situation.
This is now 3rd and 33 from the Eisenhower 36. 1:36 to go, fourth quarter. Reynolds leads 27-0. Toy in motion. Toy will get the carry off the left side. He's hit in the backfield and escapes, and then is met at the line of scrimmage by a couple of Knights players. And we've got a flag down in the secondary on the far side of the field. Way in the secondary.
Probably a good 15 yards away from where anything was going on, 20 yards.
And it looks like it's another penalty against Reynolds. And you can see Eisenhower coach Jim Penley looks like he's waving that off. Yeah, he does decline the penalty, the hold there. So that'll make it 4th and 33.
The declining of that penalty doesn't hide the fact that Reynolds has 90 yards in penalties tonight.
So no gain on the play. Makes it 4th and 33, but Reynolds is going to be able to take this clock down well under a minute with a 27-0 lead.
Good job.
And we have 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter. McCloskey going to take the snap. Mole in motion. McCloskey looking to pass. Fires. And incomplete. Was looking for Early.
Trying to get the ball to Early over here on the sideline.
So Eisenhower will take over on downs here with 44.5 seconds to go. But this is all but academic here, Cody. Reynolds is going to pick up its first District 10 championship in 15 years.
They are. Going back to that last play, Early's the one who tipped it. He's the one who got his hands on the ball. But it almost looked like it was for Tommy Parker coming out of the backfield there. And had Early not touched that ball, I think it would have dropped right into Parker's hands, and there was nobody in front of him. So Eisenhower caught a little bit of a break there, but like you said, the game is all but over now.
Eisenhower 1st and 10 from its own 36, trailing 27-0, 44.5 seconds to go here, fourth quarter. Reynolds leading, looking for its first District 10 championship in 15 years. The give is up the middle to Zane Alexander. Zane Alexander's across midfield. He gets down to the Reynolds 45. So a big run there for Zane Alexander. 38 seconds to go. Clock ticks down to 30 seconds to go. And Trumbull going to pass. Fires, has Benson. Benson spins away from one tackle, but cannot get away. Clayton Rhodes takes him down at the 39. And with 16 seconds to go, it looks like Eisenhower's taking a timeout. But this seems like it's just delaying the inevitable here, Cody. Reynolds, congratulations to the Raiders. They're going to get a District 10 championship for the first time since 2005.
Yeah, 15 years later, they get the championship. And I have to think that Penley took this timeout just to take a moment in the game to tell his players, that he's proud of them, because they haven't faced a lot of adversity this year, and in a game like this, where they've pretty much been dominated in every facet, they could have quit, they could have gave up, but they didn't. They kept fighting, got a little chippy here and there, but they kept fighting. Even here on this last series with Alexander's big run up the middle, he's trying to break tackles, and so I have to imagine that's why Penley decided to take this timeout.
Okay, so the Knights are back on the field here with 16 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Reynolds is leading 27-0. Raiders about to pick up the District 10 Class 1A championship. Trumbull is under center, and he's going to turn, fakes to black. Trumbull looking to pass, fires, and he's got Benson, and Benson drops it. Rare drop for Dylan Benson there. And that stops the clock with 11 seconds to go.
Still 11 seconds to go. Knights have the ball 3rd and 4.
So it is 3rd and 4 for Eisenhower. Trumbull out under center. Takes the snap. He drops back to pass. Fakes to Black. Hits Zane Alexander. Alexander gets the sideline. Gets out of bounds. 4.8 seconds to go. And this is just a delayed crowning here of the Raiders. Eisenhower still fighting for yards, trying to get something up on the board. Imagine this will be the last play of the game here. 4.8 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for Eisenhower from the Reynolds 25.
You can hear the Eisenhower fans applauding their team. Very proud of these boys.
And Trumbull fakes to Black. Back to pass. Trumbull escapes pressure. Rolling right. Trumbull fires. Has a man. It's Dylan Benson down inside the 10, but that will do it. Reynolds has won it. Reynolds is the District 10 Class 1A champion. The Raiders celebrate their first district title since 2005. Congratulations to Reynolds, your 2020 District 10 Class 1A champions. They defeat Eisenhower 27-0. We'll move on to the state playoffs next week, where they'll face either Northern Bedford or Red Bank Valley. That game will happen tomorrow afternoon in Windber. And we will be right back with the Rehab Center postgame show here on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Hi, this is Chris Rossetti from D9and10sports.com. If you're like me, you may have experienced some aches and pains like a sore back, a stiff neck, or a wonky knee. Well, I've got the place for you. The Rehab Center, with 6 convenient locations, including in Brookville, Clarion, and Katanning, is the place to go. The friendly staff and knowledgeable doctors will get you back in the game quicker than quick. I know, I've been going to them since 2009. So the next time your back, neck, knee, shoulder, or anything else acts up, call them for an appointment at 724-478-1501.
D9 and 10 Sports and the Eisenhower Football Boosters would like to thank the following for helping bring you tonight's game. Sugar Grove AMVETS, Post 50, IWF, and Gene and Sue Wilston, Skip and Doris Trumbull, Dory and Bruce Highhouse and Brian Nisley, David Bauer, Duck and Jane Burlingame, the Venmans, Renee Samuelson, the Hamiltons, the Lindemuths, the Olsons, Ernie and Mary Carlson, PGE, Tom and Judy Holderreed, Broken Straw Valley Campground, Stacy and Jason Allen, Stephanie Castano, Christine Castano, Gail Jacobzak and Ohio Crew, Mike's Town Line Service. Tonight's broadcast was made possible through your generosity. Thank you from all of us at D9 and 10 Sports and the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And welcome back here to Eisenhower High School, where the Reynolds Raiders have just won the District 10 Class 1A championship with a 27-0 victory over the Eisenhower Knights. We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard real quick, brought to you tonight by Swift Kennedy & Company. Swift Kennedy & Company, the official insurance provider of D9and10sports.com. In a PIAA Class 2A first-round matchup, Wilmington is a 42-14 winner over Karnes City. Cathedral Prep leading Hollidaysburg 33-0 in the fourth quarter. PIAA Class 5A first round match in some regular season contests. In the fourth quarter, Otto Eldred leads Cameron County 34-14. Keystone is up 26-13 over Kerwinsville, and Sharpsville has a 28-14 lead over Warren. That's in the third quarter. Corey is a 55-7 winner over Fairview. Tomorrow, in the District 10 Class 6A Championship, Erie is at McDowell. That game is set to kick at 11 a.m. Reynolds will be paying close attention tomorrow to what happens at Winber Stadium in Winber, kick at 1 p.m. between Red Bank Valley and Northern Bedford. In the PIAA Class 4A first round, Oil City takes on Juniata at Altoona's Mansion Park. Kick for that game is set for 1 p.m. And then tomorrow night in the District 10 Class 3A Championship, Grove City is at Hickory. Again, that's the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you tonight by Swift Kennedy and Company. Cody, I see you're finishing up the stats over there. While you do that, I think it's time to name our Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg. And Cody, I think with the way this game was played, there was essentially one big play, one player, 3 touchdowns. Cole Toy is going to be our Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg.
I 100% would have to agree with that. Cole Toy, he finished the game 24 carries, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. Right behind him, Livingston with 10 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown himself. The rest of the rushing for Reynolds was kind of spread out between Wagner, Mole, and McCloskey, but they totaled 244 rushing yards, and from my stats, they had 244 total rushing yards. They had 254 total yards. So quite a large percentage on the rushing end for Reynolds, and we talked about that before the game. No surprise there.
Yeah, absolutely what you expect when you see the Reynolds Raiders play. Again, they are 27-0 winners over Eisenhower. They claimed the District 10 Class 1A championship, their first district title since 2005. This is the Rehab Center post-game show. We'll be back with some more for you here as we wrap things up at Eisenhower High School again, where Reynolds has won the District 10 Class 1A championship 27-0 over Eisenhower. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Palmieri Financial Group was established to bring a holistic planning approach to the areas we serve. Using the financial planning process, we are able to ascertain our clients' financial goals and objectives, then develop a plan to pursue those goals and objectives. We look to building lasting relationships with our clients and take pride in the accomplishments of the goals they have set. Contact them today at 814-230-9055 or visit them at 224 Liberty Street in Warren.
The Hub at PF wants to thank Warren and Chautauqua counties and the surrounding communities for the incredible outpouring of love and support during our first year. From the original concept to our opening to our full schedule all summer and fall, the generosity and faith you've shown us has been overwhelming. Thank you for helping us build relationships in the community while we work to restore hope and transform lives.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Before you go over the river or through the woods, head to Allegheny Outfitters in Warren. Allegheny Outfitters has all the gear you need for canoeing, kayaking, hiking, backpacking, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and mountain bike maintenance. We also carry local artisan gifts as well. Stop into our shop at 20 Clark Street in Warren or visit us on the web at AlleghenyOutfitters.com.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And welcome back in here to Eisenhower High School. This is the Rehab Center post-game show on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters. Reynolds has won the District 10 Class 1A championship with a 27-0 victory over Eisenhower. It's the Raiders' first District 10 title since 2005. Again, congratulations to Raiders running back Cole Toy. He is the Jim Kelly player of the game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg. Toy, with well over 150 yards on the ground, scored 3 touchdowns, one from 1 yard, one from 5, and one from 7. Draven Livingston added the other, a 16-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter that essentially put the ball game away. The Raiders now will move on to the PIAA state quarterfinals. They'll face the winner of tomorrow afternoon's contest between Northern Bedford and Red Bank Valley. That game will take place at Winber Stadium in Winber. Kick is set for 1 p.m. And again, we do want to say thank you to all of the donors who helped us bring you tonight's broadcast. We could not have done this without you. Thank you very much from all of us at D9and10sports.com and the Eisenhower Football Boosters. That will do it for the Rehab Center post-game show. You have been watching the District 10 Class 1A Championship. Reynolds brings home the title, 27-0 over Eisenhower. For Cody Elms, this is Brian Hagberg saying thank you for watching, everyone. High school football on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
D9 and 10 Sports and the Eisenhower Football Boosters would like to thank the following for helping bring you tonight's game: Sugar Grove AMVETS Post 50, IWF and Gene and Sue Wilston, Skip and Doris Trumbull, Dory and Bruce Highhouse and Brian Nisley, David Bauer, Duck and Jane Burlingame, the Venmans, Renee Samuelson, the Hamiltons, the Lindemuths, the Olsons, Ernie and Mary Carlson, PGE, Tom and Judy Holderreed, Broken Straw Valley Campground, Stacy and Jason Allen, Stephanie Castano, Christine Castano, Gail Jacobzak and Ohio Crew, Mike's Town Line Service. Tonight's broadcast was made possible through your generosity. Thank you from all of us at D9 and 10 Sports and the Eisenhower Football
Chris
Boosters.
Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
With locations in Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, Ed Gurg Allstate Insurance is committed to offering customers a wide variety of coverage and services. You can depend on them to help you look at the big picture. They understand the importance of being a part of the community and building local relationships, and look forward to getting to know you and help you find the solutions that meet your needs. Contact them today in Ridgeway at 814-772-7272 or 814-781-1020 in St. Mary's and 814-723-5540 in Warren.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.